Namaste and hello you lovely people, welcome back to RideStories. This is Raj, your host. Have you ever wondered what is an adventure motorcycle? And have you ever imagined why the companies like KTM, Royal Enfield, ESD, BMWs, Triumphs, etc. are investing so heavily in this segment, especially in the sub 400 to 500 cc segment, because that's where the real market is. And that is becoming more accessible to a lot of people, especially in terms of affordability. Gone were the days where all the adventure motorcycles were used to be above 600 cc segment. It used to cost heavily, where people used to be intimidated by the cost factor, etc., the weight and so many things. But now in the lower segments, where the adventure motorcycles are becoming more and more accessible, more and more people are interested to pick up these motorcycles and have them one in the garage, because they do a lot of things with so much of ease. Have you ever wondered what exactly is the adventure motorcycle? So let me put that in a very simple terms. It's kind of a dual purpose motorcycle, where it is good in taking both the on and off the road, giving you more confidence, a focus on long distance touring and bringing in versatility, where it has the character of having a very good ergonomics, offering a good comfort for the rider as well as the pillion, having a very good suspension, good tires, having a sufficient ground clearance, and also able to accommodate a good luggage, because when you are going for long distances you need to carry sufficient luggage as well. So these are a couple of the characters which a motorbike should have to be termed as the adventure motorcycle. Why am I talking about this? Because that's what exactly our video is going to be today, where I'm going to touch upon the couple of key elements which are available and missing on the new 2025-2090 Adventure, and touch upon a point to see whether this is still a very good touring machine in this segment in 2025. So let's start with the ergonomics first, and that's a very important character for any adventure motorcycle. Yes, this bike does package a very good ergonomics, where you have a very good sitting triangle, you sit upright, you are at ease, you get a good vision ahead, what's lying ahead, you are very comfortable, your sitting posture is very good, your handlebars are wide enough, and it has a very good engine performance, where it can help you cruise at the triple digit speeds with ease throughout the day. But there's one thing which I kind of didn't like about this new motorcycle. The seat has become more narrower as compared to the outgoing older generation 390 Adventure. Now the seat is more narrower, and I feel if you are planning to pick up this motorcycle for the long touring, then it needs a seat overall, because it needs to become a little wider and it needs to have more cushion, so that it can offer a very comfort ride on the long distances, not only for the rider, even for the pillion as well, where the seat has become narrower. So definitely aftermarket seat is required. So if in case you're planning to pick up this motorcycle for touring, and that too having a pillion as your companion. I wish the KTM would have thought of having a touring seat as a power part. But if you're someone who wants to still go ahead and pick up this motorcycle keeping touring in mind, because the engine is absolutely amazing, there are other important features also which will come to that part in a little later in the video. So still want to go ahead with this motorcycle, then a seat modification is must. Now let's talk about the suspension. The bike comes with standard rebound and compression adjustability at the front, and the rebound adjustability at the rear, so which gives a great leverage to the rider to adjust the suspension as per his needs, depending on the luggage, the pillion or whatsoever. So that is at your fingertips, so it's up to you how you want to adjust and enjoy that. The other important aspect also is that these wheels comes with tubeless spokes, and that's been a very welcoming change. Now let's talk about the electronics and the cruise control. Now the bike is loaded with the electronics, and I mean even the previous generation was loaded with electronics, but there are a couple of more additions to this. Like you have 3 riding modes now, which has the rain, off-road and the street. And also another important element which has been added into this list is the introduction of the cruise control. And especially people who are touring, this is going to be really icing on the cake, I must say, because when you're on the touring bit and set up the max and the lower speed, and You can enjoy that cruise control. You don't have to really twist the throttle every now and then. That will take care of itself. So that's a very, very welcoming change what KTM is introduced, and at this price point. I believe none of the motorcycle manufacturers in this segment have been offering the cruise control on the motorcycles. So KTM, kudos to you. Good job, good job. Let's talk about the versatility. Versatility in the sense, what I mean is, wherever you want to take this motorcycle, is it capable enough? It can do. It can do off-road now, I think, with much more confidence, because it has been designed for more off-road orientation now, and in the city also, because the bike also comes now with a crawl function, which means you have a better low-end torque, where you used to have that stalling issues, remember, in the old generation, and that's been addressed now as well. So city, touring, off-road, wherever you take it, it will bring a smile on your face. That's the kind of bike what it has become now. You can take it long touring, and when the road ends, you can still take it on the off-road, where you can take it on any patches. And also it comes with 237 ground clearance, of ground clearance, and I think you can just take it over anything. It's up to the rider how confident he is to, and also with the lightweight nature of the motorcycle, it gives you so much confidence for a rider, even for a newbie also, coming into this motorbike. All of a sudden he wants to take on that off-road patches. I think he can still do that, because that's the kind of confidence what the bike is going to offer to the rider. Let's talk about the luggage capacity. Well, straight out of the showroom, I don't think so you will be able to take this motorcycle for a touring. You don't get any back rack kind of a thing where you get in the GS310 or the Himalayan, which offers, even the Expl offers. I think KTM should have done something of that sort. So which means you need to get a lot of the luggage system done on your motorcycle, and then you can take it to the long tourings. With a minimal touring, like for overnight or 2 days, I think you can still manage with your duffel bags in the pillion seat, where you can tie it up and all. But otherwise, if you're going with a pillion, or if you want to really go long for a couple of days, then I think you need to get that. And also another important point what I want to touch upon is, the tank has also become more narrower now. It's not like the way it used to be on the old 390 Adventure, where you will be able to put like 25 or 30 capacity tank bags. So now you need to think about having a smaller capacity tank bags, because the tank is also narrower now. So with these things in mind, you need to just plan it accordingly, and just plan in a way where you see where are the different points where you can mount your luggage, and then go for the tourings. Since the bike is very new to the market, there are a lot of third-party vendors who are working on coming up with the required accessories, like your saddle stays, top racks, crash bars, etc, etc. So you have to just wait for a couple of more days, and then you will be able to get all the accessories what are required for this motorcycle. So with these things what we have discussed so far, can the 390 Adventure claim to be still considered for the long tourings? I still believe yes. Yes, you need to do a couple of alterations to make it a friendly bike for the long tourings. There are other options which are available in the market. You can still consider them. You have the Himalayan 450, which has a wider seat, also having a very comfortable sitting posture. You can take it long tourings, because as compared to the old 411 Himalayan, the newer 450 Himalayan looks like to be more a touring friendly motorcycle. But however, keeping in mind the weight and recently the coming of couple of the chassis issues, that can give a little bit of a negative impact to the users who are looking forward for the Himalayan. That's one. There is BMW GS310, that's always been there, but again you need to think about the service cost, etc, etc. So that's something which is there available. You have ESD, then you have the NX500 that costs a lot. At the same time, the performance might be another thing, because if you are coming from the KTMs, or if you're coming from the Dominers, etc, you might not really enjoy the performance what is on offer on the NX500. So that's something you need to keep in mind, because at the end of the day you're paying around 8 lakh rupees, and with the accessories coming into picture, it's going to cost you another 1.5 lakh. So just keep that in mind if you are still considering. No doubt the engine is the life. I mean, no doubt about it. I mean, there's nothing we can point at the engine quality of the Hondas, but then again there are other aspects also what you need to consider. Dominar, it's been a very sports touring machine. I owned personally, and I've ridden it for more than 50,000 kilometers. My brother owned, he ridden it for 90,000 kilometers. It's an amazing machine, but then again the company itself, they looks like they stopped looking at this motorcycle, coming up with some improvements, etc. So I don't know where Bajaj is heading. So, but I heard that there are some plans where they are trying to come up with some new improvements and coming up with the latest 2025 Dominar, but I'm not really sure when the launch date and etc. So these are a couple of the options what you have in the market, and if you're still pretty interested to go ahead with the 390 Adventure, I believe that you will never be regretting your choice, because it's still a very amazing machine. It is coming up with loaded of electronics. The presence of cruise control is really going to make a difference, especially if you are someone who are planning to tour long distances. Now it has better long travel suspensions, where you can take it off-road as well. Even a newbie, I think you can still take it and play around. Maybe you can improve your skills over a period of time, because KTM also organizes these campaigns, etc., where people can learn the skills of the road as well. So there are so many things which can happen with the 390 Adventure, and I believe that if you're someone who's planning to go ahead and pick this motorcycle, it will leave a smile on your face. Well then, so what are your thoughts on on today's video? And if you're someone who have noticed a good elements in the new 390 Adventure, put that in the comment section. If you dislike anything, also put that in the comment section. And what are your other options which you can think of other than these what I discussed? So happy to see them in the comment section. And if you have any questions, you can reach out to me on my Instagram page. And on that note, I'm going to end today's video. I hope you liked it, and it would have given you certain amount of information and the knowledge as well. I will see you again in the next video. Till then, live life, keep traveling, follow your passion. Signing off, Raj. Jai Hind.